Hi, welcome back. So in this video, we will learn about the compound selector in CSS. So to demonstrate that, what I have done here, I have created the h1 to h6 headings, which all have a class of heading, which are basically saying CSS codes, right? And this is basically it. So this is the h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, and h6. So now if I do something like heading and do the font size of 60 pixel. Okay, just let me just before doing that, let me just comment that out for now and go to the browser and see how that looks. So this is basically that. Okay, so the font sizes are decreasing accordingly. But if I just go to the code editor and do font size of 60 pixel and hit save, now what will happen, each and every element, like the each and every element which has the heading, like this is the h1, this is the h2, this is the h3, this is the h4, and so on, have the same like the font size, which is very much confusing, right? Because like we are able to distinguish between the h1, h2, h3 by the font sizes. So what we can do, for example, I just want to add the font size of 60 pixel to this h1. So how I can do that? I can do by simply going here and using the compound selector. So it is basically h1, so which I want, and then there is no space. Please remember, if I add a space, this is totally different, which we have covered in the previous videos. But here there is no space. So h1 and then dot, basically dot for class. And if you have some ID, then you want to use the hash, okay, for the IDs. But I have the class, so that is why I am using the dot and heading. And then we are applying the font size here. So now if I go to the browser, as you can see, all of the other headings which we had are now untouched. Their font sizes are not changed, but the h1 font size has changed. As you can see, if I go here, so font size of 60 pixel. Okay, as you can see. So this is the compound selector. Basically, whenever you have multiple classes with different sort of elements attached to it, and you just want to select only one of them, or you want to select some other things as well. For example, I can do something like h2 and do something like heading. So it will not only add the style for the h1, but also add the style for the h2. So if I go here, now the h1 and h2 are the same font size. So in that way, we can use the compound selector, which is not something new. We are using the class and the ID selectors, but it is more specific, basically, right? It is more specific. So we are basically saying here like, hey, go ahead and find the h1, which has the class of heading. Go ahead and find the h2, which has the class of heading, and so on. So basically this is the compound selector, and you can add the compound selector and you can add multiple compound selectors as well. For example, for this one, this heading, I can do something like heading 1. So here what I have done, I have just added another class for this one, like this is the heading 1. And what I want to do right now is that I want to select the heading class, and I want to check for this one as well. So what I want to do here is basically I want to check if the element has the both of the classes, the heading and the heading 1 classes, then only I want to style that. So how I can do that? I can do that by using this one. So I do not want the h1 right now. I can do that, and then I can do a dot and then do heading 1. I can add a ID as well. So this is quite the similar. So right now only the h1 tag has the huge font size of 60 pixel. So I hope you have understood what is the compound selector does. So this is the compound selector in CSS.